बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला Muhammad Rasulullahi Kareem. This problem is related to chapter multiple integral of integral calculus. Evaluate the following double integral integration from 0 to 1 and integration from x square to x e to the power y dy dx. We have to find this value, so I write this value equal to I is equal to 0 to 1 and x square to x e to the power y dy dx. Here we are given variable limit in terms of x, so it is limit of y, so this is limit of x. So this integration sign related to dx, outer value, and this is inner. This fashion is not always in all books. This can be changed according to your book or your university or your courses. So you follow your fashion according this. So I solve and I write limit. There is no confusion after writing x here and y here. We have to integrate y first. So because limit of x is constant, so we integrate with respect to x later. First we integrate with respect to y, but for y x is constant, so x can be take out from this sign of integration, so we can write it as integration from y is equal to x square to x, but here only e to the power y is left for integration. Dx right outside this bracket, square bracket. First we solve this value x equal to 0 to 1 x into integration of e to the power y is e to the power y, we know that with respect to y, and apply limit, lower limit here x square and upper limit x. After solving this value we will integrate with respect to x, and we find the required result. X equal to 0 to 1 integration x equal to 0 to 1 x, we have to put the value of y, upper limit minus lower limit. In upper limit which is equal to y is equal to x, so we put here in place of y x, because upper limit is x, upper limit minus lower limit put in here value of y which is equal to x square. We have to now only integrate with respect to x. We should multiply x in the two brackets, so we get the value of required integral I is equal to 0 to 1. On multiplying x in bracket we get x e to the power x minus x multiplied by e to the power x square dx. And then we will apply the property of integral, linear property. Applying linear property, then we apply this integration sign on both the terms. There is no constant, all terms are all factors are variable, and then minus is outside here according to linear property of integration. 0 to 1 limit, I write e to the power x square first and then x with respect to x. In this we have to apply product rule. We know that function multiplication integration of product of two function is equal to first function write as it integration of second minus differentiation of first function and integration of second function, and after multiplying this integrate whole with respect to x. I write here this. So value of I integral equal to first we know that exponential function always taken second and algebraic function first. So applying this formula we get first function as it integration of second. We know that integration of e to the power x is e to the power x, so I write directly its value and apply the limit here 0 to 1 minus integration limit apply 0 to 1 differentiation of first. We know that the differentiation of x is 1 and integration of second e to the power x is e to the power x, and we have to multiply this and then integrate with respect to x. This value is come from this first integral. We write it in a square bracket, and for this we can integrate by substitution easily by taking x square is equal to t. T is a new variable. Differentiate this value, we get 2x dx and dt, but we have only x dx here. So we should find value of x dx, which is equal to 1 by 2 dt. We can make 1 here, 1 into dt is dt, so we can write 1 here, and after transposing 2 it become 1 by 2 dt. Then we can put the value of x dx 1 by 2 dt. So after writing this term, value of this term, I write integrate this value. But we have to change the limit because its limit is for x. What variable change, which is becomes t, so the limit also change according to this relation we have to find. But I write first this value e to the power x square, but we take x square is equal to t, so and x dx becomes 1 by 2 dt. We have to write the limit here which is left for because lower limit is x is equal to 0, but here we are given we have a relation t is equal to x square. Put the value of x here, we get t is equal to 0. There is therefore no change in lower limit. X equal to 0, t is equal to 0. For upper limit, which is x is equal to 1 here, so we put the value of x in this relation, we get also upper limit 1. There is no change also in upper limit. It's after change becomes same value 0 to 1. Now we have to find the value of I. So I write I here and apply in this bracket upper limit and lower limit. So put the value of x, which is equal to 1 for upper limit, 1 into e to power 1, it is upper limit, minus lower limit. I put the value of x, which is 0, e to the power 0. This term is value of this term is written here. Minus, we have to integrate 1 into e to the power x, which becomes e to the power x. So integration of e to the power x is e to the power x. I apply minus sign here. Integration of e to the power x is e to the power x, but we have to put the value of limit 0 to 1. Lower limit is 0, upper limit is 1. Minus here in this term 1 by 2 is constant, so I take 1 by 2 outside from sign of integration 1 by 2, then this integral becomes e to the power t dt. I not done integration here, only I apply some property of integration. 1 multiply this value becomes e to the power 1. 1 is not necessary to write here, but 0 into e to the power 0 is 1. 0 into 1 becomes 0. This bracket is closed, open here, and I write this value, and after it apply here upper limit minus lower limit. Put the value of x first, minus x equal to 1, and then value of lower limit, which is equal to 0. Upper limit minus lower limit. I put the value of upper limit x is equal to 1 and lower limit 0. This term completed here. Minus 1 by 2. Integration of e to the power t is e to the power t, and limit is 0 to 1. E minus minus 0 is e, and e minus e to the 0 is 1. Minus 1 by 2, and put the value of t, upper limit which is equal to 1, lower limit 0, e to the power 0. E minus, on opening this bracket, sign of this bracket change, e plus 1 minus 1 by 2, also open this bracket, minus 1 by 2 multiply in here, and when we multiply this value 1 by 2, value of e to the power 0 is 1. Cancel out e plus minus, then we get 1 plus, and also 1 by 2 into 1 is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 e. We can add this two value, 1.5 equal to 3 by 2, which is half of 3. We can directly put the value 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 e, and take 1 by 2, you can take 1 by 2 outside the bracket, you can get e is equal to 1 by 2 3 minus e. It is your answer. Here I is double integration, limit 0 to 1, limit x square to x, and function was x e to the power y dy dx. This value of y. I write the full value of y, and this value becomes 1 by 2 3 minus e. If you want to put the value of e, approximate value of e, because it is not accurate value, because e is an irrational number, so I write value of e up to decimal 3 places, so value of e is 2.718 up to 3 decimal places. On solving we get this approximate value, because e is irrational, I stated already. On subtracting this value from 3 we get 0.282. On dividing by 2 we get its value, approximate value of integration is 0.141. Thank you very much indeed for listening me. Wa akhiru dawana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.